Hey everybody, welcome back to another episode of Dad Games Badly. We're back here today with more NHL 23 and our Portland Wolves 2 Ways to Win Draft to Glory series. We are about to get in the playoffs, and I'll just let you know that this is another voiceover episode because I still have not fixed the audio, and hopefully this is the last one. There might be one more I haven't checked yet because I'm afraid to, in all honesty. So looking at this team, we know who we are. Chung, Jennings, Bradley, Nestorov, and the gang: Harding, Esch, McCann, Ferguson, MacArthur, and Stanton. MacArthur's gone up by one overall through the season. You love to see it. And yeah, there it was. I don't know if anybody noticed, but Jalen Esch is actually showing up as an 89 overall now for the first time in many, many years. Coming up with our goaltenders, they were pretty good in the regular season. It's really what's going to happen here in the playoffs. I'm going to face LA. Let's go ahead and take a look at these lines. Not the team. I'm going to start calling out Yakimovs. We have one of those on our team. Enormous Pecker, Zeeler, Carter, Trinka, Yoslin, Hagelin, Pelche, Pogge, Hubert, Millman, Bonnet, and Campoli. It says that they're better than us, but honestly, they must just have better players overall in the offensive side. Beauregard, Harris, Lavalley, Vitali, Dorset, and Redetbach on defense. And of course, our good friend Vashislav Vorobyev, coming in 33 years old, though 86 overall. He is quite the defense or goaltender, and we do need to keep an eye on him. I don't know what else is coming up here. Looks like we're about to get into a game number one. Let's go ahead and take a look at these overalls here quickly. 84, 90, 76, 93, 85, 86. So definitely the better team they are. But we have the ability to do what we can. We've got Danny Bradley, the one and only. Yeah, not doing so great anymore. Let's get into game number one here. Back out of the calendar, apparently, because I was jumping around like a fool. Drink some ice cold water. And we get into the game on the power play. Nothing happening. Period number one. Pecker gets a goal early. And we move into period number two. That goes to Bradley gets one shorthanded, and Redetbach, Beauregard, and Bonnet all get goals. Now down 4-1 in game number one. You hate to see it. Could see some pushback. We've got the shots advantage. They go on the power play, but it goes missing. Chung gets a power play goal on another power play. Can't get anything going. It was quite extended. And we move on. 7, 6, 5. Oh, McGinn gets a goal. Can we get another goal in 4 minutes? And we do not. We lose game number one, 4-3. We tried. We did what we could. 3 stars. Beauregard. Apple had 2 assists, and Bonnet had a goal. And yeah. So, gonna go ahead and look at the lines here quickly and put Apple back up on the first line. He had a good game, so Jennings, fuck off, basically, is what happened there. I'm assuming, I guess I got upset. Don't know why I made that change so quickly. Could have given him another game at least. Maybe Apple would have got some more assists, who knows? You never know. Let's go see what happens here. First period, McGinn gets another goal. That's 2 for him on the series. Second one, Smoskowitz, Vigier, and Nestorov. So 2 fourth-line goals and a second-line goal. Millman gets a goal for them from the fourth line. And up 4-1 heading into the third period. Definitely have the shots advantage. I mean, this is ultimately our game to lose at this point. Just over 10 minutes left. They're on the power play. Goes to waste. 9, 7, 8. Yoslin gets a goal with 6 minutes left. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hagelin gets another goal. 4-3. Can we hold on? We do. And we win that game 4-3. Just like they won game number one. How weird is that? Nestorov with 2 points, Moskowitz with 2, Jennings with 2. Definitely looks like reuniting that second line really put the pressure on. So we move into game number 3. The series is tied at 1. McGinn has 2 goals in 2 games. And we simulate game number 3 that we are back in LA at this point. And you always hit the wrong buttons because you know me. Higher than a frickin' tree. That's really what's happening here, folks. Yoslin, Pogi get goals for them. We head into the 3rd period. Down by 2 on the power play. Can't get anything going. LA gets on the power play. They can't put anything behind Yakimov's. So we continue on. Hopefully nothing goes by here. But it looks like time's running out. Just 4, 3, 2, 1. And we get shut out in game number 3. Down in the series now 2-1. We said screw it to the 3 stars because they wouldn't have been anybody of ours. And we move on to game number 4, still in LA, at the Crypto.com Arena. You really think it would have been changed by this point? And honestly, that'd be a cool feature if they like just randomly selected a bunch of random ass stuff. And Pogi and Pecker get goals. And into the 2nd period, Esh and Paddock. We are tied at 2, heading into the 3rd. 16 shots to 27, though. That is not what we want to see. Would really like to see more shots being put on net. And we get them. But what's going to happen? Can we hold on? Can we hold on? 5, 4, 3. And Nesterov scores with 2:48 left in the period. And that's enough for us to win game number 4. Series now tied at 2 apiece. Heading into game number 5, heading back home to Portland, to the Moto Center, and hoping that Esh, Nesterov, and Yakimov's can push us a lot further into this series. Hopefully something interesting is going to happen here quickly. If not, boo. Alright, let's see what's going on here. Apparently I don't know which buttons to press. Yeah, clearly I have no idea what the heck I'm doing in this situation. Honestly, that's the best part of the commentary ones, because I have no idea what's going on. This was over 2 weeks ago that I recorded this. Zeeler and Trinka get goals. Jennings gets one in the 1st in game number 5. 2nd period, they get 4. Pecker, Hebert gets 2, and Pecker gets another. Pecker's got a hattie in this game. You'll hate to see it, from our end at the very least. For LA, I'm sure they are ecstatic. Ginormous Pecker there, giving them the hattie. 6-1 win. Like, honestly, there's been no pushback from this team. It's like, you get 1 shot, they get 5. You get 1 shot, they get more. Like, it's what's happening here, team. It needs to be better. Lose that game, 6-1. We look at the 3 stars. Pecker didn't have... I thought he did. I thought he had 1 in the 1st. But I guess not. Still, 3 points for Pecker. Pretty good game. What can you say? Nesterov with 4 points in 5 games. To me, it seems like this team starts to fade through, honestly, all of it. They are a good team. Like, Chung gets another goal early. On 3 shots, we get a goal. And Trinka gets another one on the power play. And Chung gets a 2nd. Like, the skill is there. I just feel like the passion isn't. And if you know anything about being a Leafs fan, you know that the passion has to be there. Tied at 3 with Harding getting a goal. Into the 3rd we go. We have the shots advantage. We have the power play. We don't get anything going on that power play, though. And we continue pushing and working harder. As hard as we can. And 5 minutes left. I think this game, nope, is not going to overtime with Cook scoring a goal. And we win 4-3. Hello. Well, series is now tied at 3. Heading into Game 7. Chung and Bradley each with 3 points. Carter had 2 for them. But yeah, things have gotten interesting here. We have 1 game left in the series to take LA. It always seems like we go 7 games in these. I don't think we've ever gone less. We may have gone 5 in the year that we won the playoffs. That's like round 1. Or maybe it was round 2. But, you know, like, again, that was over 10 years ago in this game. So, yeah. Or, well, 9 years ago, I guess. Because we're in 40. No, yeah, 42, 42, 43 is what the 10th year would be. So 3-1 for LA into the playoffs, or into the third period. We have 10 minutes left here. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4 power play goes to waste, and we lose game number 7, 3-1, which is honestly quite frustrating. Like, the fact that this team did so well throughout the year, it's just a little disappointing. So we lose in the first round. Usually we make it to the second round. Not this year, it looks like. And that is a shame. Player stats, we'll take a look. Esh with 5, Chung, McGinn, Nesterov. Like, the fact that nobody was a point per game is the problem. Like, when you have a Chung and Apple on that first line, they should be literally scoring at will. Scoring at will. And I don't understand it. Yakimov's was just terrible. Esh got in for a bit, but not enough to actually do anything. Or Robichaud, sorry. Yeah, Jalen Esh was our best player. Kind of disappointing, to be completely honest with you. And now that I'm watching this, I am feeling the disappointment that I felt the other day. I'm remembering the pain. The pain inside. Looks like Florida wins, and Laval wins the Calder. Congratulations to both teams. Clap, clap. Columbus jumps from 4-1, and then another team jumped from 7-2. Apparently, I didn't want to look at that because it didn't affect us. Retired players. There is one retired player that we need to worry about. He wouldn't have been anywhere near the top, but we do have a retired player. None of these guys were ours. I just was wondering if maybe we had drafted somebody and they had gotten a, contract somewhere else, or AHL at least. Forwards. Elliott, the Italian, is retiring after 1,066 NHL games, 110 goals, 152 assists. He was a second-round draft pick in 2024. And we're going to take some time and appreciate Elliott for who he was. He was just a meme pick with that name, Elliott the Italian. But in all honesty, when you look at this guy, I don't understand why we wouldn't have picked him. He went from having 25 points in the Q to having 72 to having 105 the final year. Then he got into the NHL, had 8 points, 14 the next season, 14 the season after. Don't worry, we're going to go back and look at his stuff because I'm apparently stupid and hit the wrong buttons constantly and really wanted to look at Elliott for whatever reason. 31 power play points in that season, the 105-point season. But honestly, his best season, 28 there in his fourth year, 16, 19. There's the year we won the Stanley Cup, 25 points. Not even his best season. In all honesty, his best season would have been 35, 36, 31 points, and plus 5. 72 points in Tucson, plus 24. Then 58 points for us in Alaska. 50 points the season, or 2 seasons before. There was a season where he just didn't play. Again, he was just a meme pick because of the name, but he was a mainstay on this roster. And honestly, if you were able to retire... what do you call it? If you were able to retire jersey numbers or jerseys in this game as a franchise, Elliott would be the second after Danny Bradley retires. Danny Bradley retires, he immediately gets in, and then Elliott comes afterwards. No shame on you, Elliott, for retiring sooner. You were a cornerstone to this franchise, but Danny Bradley is Danny Bradley. And then it's just coach retirement. I think I was just looking to see if we had anybody. We do. Looks like LaChance ends up retiring. So something I'll have to deal with in the off season here, which clearly has already been done. Let's go ahead and look at some awards. Is that what we're doing? Yeah. Beautiful. Florida wins the Stanley Cup and the President's Trophy. They beat St. Louis to do so. Regier, um, yeah, Shaw winning the Norris, Calman winning Lightning Bing, Shaw winning Calder, yeah, Conn Smythe going to that guy, Vesna going to Longy, Yakumov's winning the Jennings. That's right. Our goalie had the fewest goals scored against it in 25 games played. Yeah, absolute beauty. There is Vorbyov as well. Masterson, Agostino, Gianta winning the Selke, Lindsay going to Saugus, and Gianta winning the Maurice Richard. Apparently didn't want to look at AHL awards that year, but that's fine, honestly. I don't think we would have gotten any. Let's go ahead and take a look at progress reports. I mean, it does matter here, but not fully. We'll figure it out as it comes. Danny Bradley, yeah, he is just falling off a cliff at this point. He's an 84 second line center, 36 years old. But he's not going anywhere. Ash is 34. So Ash is 34 when he started declining, but Danny Bradley was 32. Kind of weird. Kind of makes me upset. In the system, Clappy. Big surprise, though, is Dante Paul. You'll see the second guy down. He's an 80, or he's a 73, or he's an 81 currently. Third line checking forward, low elite, 20 years old. Look at that, like massive natural growth. Massive natural growth. He is definitely a puck mover. Offensive gem. You'll love to see it. And we keep looking because we are very, very blown away. My only problem is Dante is a center, and I think he has like a 69 faceoffs, which is just absolutely garbage league. I don't even think I play him in the future. I promise you I'm not playing. I do play him at center a little bit, but usually I move him over to a wing spot because clearly he can't play center, and he's not going to play on the third line, fourth line. He needs to play higher than that because he's better everywhere else. Everybody else there really doesn't matter. If you looked at it, great. If not, I'm sorry. You can just listen to me talk. We get right into the draft. We didn't do draft interviews this year because we're dumb, and I always forget to do that sometimes. We are picking at 22, which is fantastic. We'll take a look at the draft class. Honestly, this is going to be really odd for me because usually I'm actually like looking at the players and taking time. And I'm thinking in the moment and talking to you, but now I'm just talking to you about who's available. And if you look here, I mean, Sanders, Silchuk, Brodziak, Turgeon, Kondratev. There's not that many. Well, there are. Sontag. Wish Backman was an OFD. Possible Santavari being a two-way. Samsonov, Kavpil, Kavapil, Burmistrov, Vrakis. I mean, honestly, I don't even think there was a top 5 player there that year, so was not the year to get a first overall pick, I'll tell you that much. Kale Sontag, he comes off. Kondratev comes off 4 years. Not what we're looking for at a first round guy, I don't think. Silverberg, same thing. He's a playmaker anyway. Kavapil, definitely a two-way, but confirmed medium 9. And Brodziak, I don't trust for any of that. Turgeon, Santavari, honestly, he's a playmaker, right? TJ Oshie comparison, like, yeah, you just got to take him off. You can't take that. Defensively, there's a couple. Burmistrov, yeah. Sanders, probably an offensive defenseman. Silchuk, Tikkanen. And then I slide through the menus again because that's all I do. I don't think, we didn't have any goalies in the first round. So, honestly, I think here, I think it's going to be... I thought think I take Silchuk here. But I can't remember. We'll see in a second. But yeah, just looking at who's available, that's kind of who I would put my eggs in the basket with. He's 6'4", he's a big boy, can't really skate. Samsonov. Yeah, I'm ready to pick at that point. So that was the first pick that went, and we ended up taking. Yeah, we look at Greg Sanders again, but there's just no way. Yeah, and he keeps scrolling, wasting time, talking to himself, trying to figure this out. Honestly, Slychuk, the guy. He is a medium 6. He was, in fact, not the guy. Not that it mattered. Who else are we going to get? Sanders was indeed a 2A. He would have been the guy. So was the other Karpinen. Look at that. Karpinen, medium elite. And we missed out because we were dumb. We weren't even looking at him. He wasn't even on the list. And Menard, Backman, Gilroy, Boleris. People we weren't even interested in. Nordgren was a medium 4. Helmerson was not somebody we could get. Another O'Brien, not somebody we looked at. Not even somebody we looked at. Samsonov was a medium 6. Gavpil was a medium 9. Yeah. So that was not a good first round. There were several players that we could have got that would have been better. And we just continue on, scrolling through, trying to find somebody. And we really don't know who that person is going to be until we draft them, because, as I said, I'm an idiot, and I've already done this. Jesse Savage, that would have been a dope name to get, but he's an offensive defenseman, because of course he is. He's a savage. Is the game on today at 6 or at 4? It's on at 5. Beautiful. So we've got another hour. I downloaded Minecraft for my son and for me, and I'm going to create a server, but I have no clue what I'm doing. So it is something that I'm working on because he wants to play today. I might just have him play in his own world by himself for a bit, or maybe I'll play with him, but we'll see. I'm going to work on the server here shortly and see if I can get something up and running and we can play together. Actually, I don't even know if he can play because he plays on his tablet. Dang it. Anyway, something I got to think about. Sorry, just talking out loud while all this goes through. Piero Zabodal, cool name. Probably not the guy we're going after. Who are we going after here, Dad? Paxpoo? Dylan Paxpoo. That is right. Dylan Paxpoo. He is a sniper. So, another stupid pick by us. And A. Ovechkin just went before us. I don't believe there's a D. Healy. Oh, Healy, not Heatley. I was gonna say, if there's a Danny Heatley, like, I love when the names match up, but it's like not. It's like Alexiev, or, you know, that would have been Donnie Heatley or something ridiculous. But, like, have you ever heard of a hockey player named Ernesto? Or Salvador? I guess they're trying to just get people in there, but I also feel they're, like, very, like, odd. I don't know. Because you've had Mexican Americans play in the NHL before, right? Scott Gomez, Austin Matthews. Like, it's just funny because it's like his name is Austin and his name is Scott. It's not Ernesto. It's not Juan. It's not Julio. Emilio. I mean, the only Emilio in hockey is Estevez, but you know what I mean? There's no Salvadors. So it's just funny that they put those names out there, hoping that there's going to be people that play, but then also forget that a lot of these people just have whitewash names anyway these days because it's just easier. They don't get teased for having a name like Ernesto and going to a white school. Not a white school, but just like a regular school and being around. Like if you're in Mexico, you know, your name could be Ernesto and everyone's going to be like, yo, what up, Ernesto? But then you come to, you know, America and you're like, hey, Ernesto, and, you know, you've got a different name than Jack and Jim and Bobby and Sue. I don't know what this rant I'm going on is about, but you get to listen to it while we go through these draft picks because I got to keep talking, and apparently we keep looking at Salvador Outlaw. And we do end up taking him another medium 6 Salvador. I mean, as I've said before in these drafts, we're drafting so far down that all of the good picks in every round usually go right away. You can find them, but you have to be like really digging, and it's really hard because you don't have full things, and it would be better if we had a wider net to throw. So I think in our next season, I'm going to rebuild the Canucks because I don't even know if you've seen today, not even today when this comes out, but the day that I'm recording this is the day that they traded a first for Hronik when they should be rebuilding, not retooling. But that's just me. Definitely need to really think some things through. But I think not necessarily a rule heavy, but just another round of managing the Canucks, rebuilding them properly, doing trades, you know, making actual decisions, not just drafting all the time. So it'll be a little bit more in depth in regards to trading and stuff like that. I was thinking about doing one where we just let the computer go through and basically like Peter Chiarelli came to Vancouver. They got rid of everybody, Patrick Alvin, Jeremy Rutherford, put in Peter Chiarelli and said, hey buddy, you know what you're doing as a GM, and then just letting the computer do it, making trades that don't seem viable and just not doing well. But I actually want to build them up into something decent. They need it. They really do. So, yeah, if you've been paying attention to what's going on the screen, I appreciate you, because I sure as heck haven't. We did end up getting a medium elite goalie there, which is pretty decent. I think he was like 18 too, so not too bad for a goalie. You kind of want him to be 17 and 3 years out, but that's rarely happening in these games. But yeah, and honestly, if you've made it this far, I really appreciate you for coming and hanging out with me. Please don't forget to like and subscribe. You know, it helps me out. And it's free for you. It doesn't cost anything, and you get to see when my videos are uploaded. And honestly, every other day is a pretty good schedule. You get some hockey info. You get to hear me ramble. And hopefully we have some fun. I'm having fun, at least. And who are we looking at? Oh, we're looking to trade off... no, it wasn't Salvi. Yeah, it was that Letang guy and Paxpu. Yeah, I do remember getting Letang as a low bottom 6. He was a playmaker, I believe. Got to put that 7th in there. Got to get rid of that. And heading into Florida, give me a 7th for... There we go. And of course, they say yes. Oh, beauty. And then I do believe we had somebody left to pick at the end of this draft. Yeah, Kenny Pollock. He is a medium bottom 6. I mean, could have been worse. It wasn't the greatest draft for us. But, I mean, the goaltending that we got is going to set up the team for the future, even though we're at a stage where we need to really focus on rebuilding. You know, we won 1 Stanley Cup in 19 years so far, and honestly, if we don't rebuild, we're never going to get that close again. So we're going to look here at re-signing Ernesto Chung to a ridiculous deal. I don't remember what the 85 was on this. It was 4.025 apparently for a 7-year. I mean, can't hate on that. Ferguson, same thing. I have 22 mil. So, yeah, it's going to be tough. I think here is me deciding that we're going to put Ferguson on RFA and see if anybody tries to claim him. Same with Marty Hope. And really just see who or what is available to us in terms of early draft picks. Somebody looking to solidify. Defenseman Ferguson is not somebody I want to get rid of, but honestly, he's not going to win on this team, and I would like to get worse. So, Chung is the only guy that gets a contract offer, even though I probably should have let him go. In hindsight, hindsight is always 20/20, folks. But until next time, much love, fam. Bye bye.